There's a moment every year, right around January 1st, where millions of people convince themselves that a new page on the calendar is going to change who they are. They wait for it. They circle the date. They tell themselves this is when it starts. And then February comes, and nothing's different. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. The date was never the problem. You didn't fail because January 1st wasn't special enough. You failed because you were waiting for a feeling that was never going to arrive on its own. You don't need a new year. You don't need a Monday. You don't need your birthday or a fresh notebook or the right mood to finally begin. You don't need permission from a calendar to become a different person. You just need to stop waiting. Think about why people actually wait. It's not laziness. It's not ambition. Most of the time, it's fear wearing a disguise. If you wait for January 1st and it doesn't work out, you can blame the date. You can say, I'll try again next year. But if you start today, right now, with no excuse standing between you and the decision, there's nowhere left to hide. That's the real reason the calendar feels safer than the moment you're in. It gives you an exit.
But growth was never going to knock on your door holding a perfect explanation of when to start. It shows up in ordinary moments: Tuesday afternoon, a quiet evening, a morning where you're tired and unmotivated and decide to do the hard thing anyway. Nobody becomes a different person because the number on the calendar changed. They become different because they stopped negotiating with themselves. So if the date isn't what matters, what actually does? It starts with facing yourself honestly, not the version of you that you present to other people, the real one, the one who knows exactly where you've been cutting corners, where you've been making excuses, where you've been comfortable instead of growing. You can't build a new version of yourself on top of a lie. Growth begins the second you stop protecting your own excuses. It continues with your body, not perfection, just care. Sleep that actually restores you instead of leaving you running on empty. Movement, even the boring, unglamorous kind. Walking, stretching, showing up for your body instead of ignoring it until it forces you to pay attention. You don't need an extreme routine. You need consistency, applied quietly, day after day, long after the excitement wears off.
It shows up in what you feed your mind. A few pages of a good book instead of another hour scrolling past other people's highlight reels. A documentary instead of noise. A new skill, slowly built, one imperfect attempt at a time. Every piece of knowledge you gather compounds, quietly, invisibly, until one day you realize you think differently than you used to. And it shows up in who you let close to you. Real relationships, people who challenge you instead of just agreeing with you. People who remind you there's a whole world outside a phone screen. The people around you shape the person you're becoming, whether you notice it or not. None of this needs a new year. None of this needs a countdown, a party, or a fresh start printed on a calendar. It just needs you, today, deciding that you're done waiting for the right moment, because the right moment was never going to introduce itself. You were always going to have to choose it yourself. Here's what makes this hard to hear. Every day you spend waiting for the right time is a day you can't get back. You can wait until next January, and you'll be exactly the same person you are right now, just 12 months older. Same excuses, same unfinished version of yourself, just more time gone. That's the real cost of waiting. It's not dramatic. It's not a single big failure. It's quiet. It's a slow leak of time you'll only notice when you look back and realize how much of it you spent circling a date instead of living differently. Nobody is coming to hand you a reason to start. Nobody is coming to make the decision for you. The version of you that you keep imagining, calmer, stronger, more disciplined, more at peace, isn't waiting on the other side of a new year. It's waiting on the other side of a decision you could make today. So stop asking when you're going to start. Start asking why you haven't already. You don't need a new year to become a new person. You need one honest decision and the willingness to keep making it quietly every single day after this one. That decision doesn't care what month it is. It's available right now. The only question is whether you're finally ready to stop waiting for permission and give it to yourself.